So look at Anthony Ryder from South Lyon, Michigan, recently selected as the Lions 2020 Fan of the Year. He has a passion about sports broadcasting.
With the 112th selection in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Amon-Ra St. Brown, wide receiver, USC. One pride, baby! Yeah!
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Detroit Lions video. Now, Malik Willis is an extremely polarizing prospect, right? He's a quarterback in this year's class that has a lot of ups, a lot of downs, and has a lot of differing opinions around fans on whether the Lions should draft him, whether he should go number 2 overall, number 3 overall, whether he should fall somewhere in the 15s, or whether he should go in the first round at all. But with that being the case, Malik Willis is certainly in play for the number 2 overall pick. He seems to be the quarterback that the Lions like the most. He seems to be like the number 1 quarterback on the Detroit Lions big board and is currently among the top 5 in odds in order to go with the 2nd overall selection. So today we are going to take a look at Malik Willis. We're going to talk about him, talk about his strengths, his weaknesses, what he would bring to the team, what he would add to the offense, and how he could help the Detroit Lions be a better football team now and for the long-term future. But with that being said, without any further ado, let's get into taking a look at Malik Willis, quarterback out of Liberty. So getting into Malik Willis's tape here, there's a lot of really good things to take a look at. And I think the biggest thing that he would bring to any NFL offense, and the offense that he does end up joining in the NFL, is his ability to rush the football and add another running presence to your offense, right? Give you a numbers advantage in the box, give you an extra blocker on run plays, and give you all of the benefits of a running back, a kind of smaller guy, lower center of gravity, really strong lower body, really good ball carrier, and just really good at reading the holes, finding the gaps, and using his power in his lower body to drive forward and to carry defenders while adding another blocker, right? With your running back no longer getting the ball, he becomes a blocker and turns your offense into an advantage as far as numbers go. So, the first couple plays here, we're going to see Malik Willis takes the direct snap, moves off to the left, cuts back between the guards, and just breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackle, and it takes 3 guys to bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down on the play, right? You look at this play, Malik Willis, right off to the left, is obviously reading this. You can maybe pretend that he could go through the hole on the right over here, but he cuts back, right? He finds this lane, splits the right tackle and the right guard. Gets past the first line of defenders. It's really just number 3 who's got to slow him down. He makes number 3 miss. 23 gets back in the play, but he can't make the tackle. And Malik Willis is dragging 5 guys for a first down on what was a need to have it 3rd down pickup that, they trusted Malik Willis's legs. Malik Willis was the best athlete on the field, the best player on that play, and Liberty trusted him to make the play. And more times than not in his NFL career, in his collegiate career, that's exactly what Malik Willis did. You can look at this again in the end zone angle. You can look at this again from an end zone perspective, right? Adding numbers to your running game is never a bad option in the red zone, right? And this can translate to the red zone as well. It's not just open field stuff. It's not just 3rd down conversions. This gives you more options in the red zone to make your red zone offense more dynamic, right? You can either give it to DeAndre Swift. You can throw it to Chark. You can throw it to St. Brown, who's a really good route runner in the end zone. Or if none of those options are there, Malik Willis can make something happen with his legs. If you add an option in there that gives the defense more to defend against, and at some point something is going to break in the red zone and you are going to break in, just like you see right here with Malik Willis, right? You have a pitch option, you have a shovel option. If you're Liberty, Malik Willis sees it, but he sees this defender number 44 go with him. Willis cuts back between the left guard and the right. Malik Willis cuts back between the left tackle and the left guard, and just easy touchdown, gets them right back in the game versus a very good, very stout Ole Miss defense that gave them trouble all day, right? They dominated the line of scrimmage, but Malik Willis, just being the runner, being the athlete that he is able to make plays despite the rest of his team being significantly outplayed in the entirety of the game. Now, this is not a scripted run play, but this is what Malik Willis can do on improvisation. This is what Malik Willis absolutely brings to the field, and I think is his biggest, reason to draft him is he brings this versatility and he brings this, escapability that can extend plays, can pick up drives and turn, bad plays, turn dead plays into at least a minimum 2-3 yard pickup to save the play, if not save the drive, right? Malik Willis, fake handoff, play action. He's rolling out. He sees this defender maybe 5 yards away from him. And what does Malik Willis do? On a dime, puts his foot in the ground, changes direction. This defensive back falls out of the screen almost immediately, right? Changes directions again, gets out of the pocket. And yeah, maybe you could make the argument that he could throw to a check down. Maybe you can make the argument that, he could pick his eyes up and throw. But at the end of the day, Malik Willis turned a 10-yard loss into a 5-yard gain, right? Right here, Malik Willis sees the defender, foot in the dirt, changes direction immediately. This defender's off the screen in less than one step by Willis. Willis changes directions again, right? Again, you just want to see it one more time, right? Foot in the dirt, gone, change direction. That's the kind of athlete Malik Willis is. Now, you could say maybe he should throw the ball to the wide receiver, throw the ball to the check down running back at the 25. But at the end of the day, if I'm Malik Willis, I'm taking this football. That gives me an extra blocker downfield. I'm following right where he's going, right? Picks up the first down. He turns a 5-yard loss into a 15-yard gain. That's what Malik Willis brings to an offense. This is another example, right? Not necessarily the stoutest of defenses at college football, but UAB is not a bad program necessarily, right? His offensive tackle gets beat immediately, which we saw a couple of times last year, this very same scenario, right? A tackle gets beat, a guard gets beat, Jared Goff tries to roll out behind the pocket, and almost every single time, this is a sack if it's Jared Goff. But Malik Willis, he's athletic enough to turn the corner, get around, right? This guy comes back for a second try. Malik Willis makes him miss twice. That's 3 guys missing on the play, 4 guys missing on the play, right? Mix 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 players to bring him down in all, right? He makes 7, 8 defenders miss and 3 more to bring him down. This is the escapability that you see out of Malik Willis. This is the escapability that, just is something we've not had in a very long time, right? Stafford is not doing this. Jared Goff is not doing this. There are very few quarterbacks in the NFL that can do what Malik Willis is doing on these plays. Now, Willis, of course, is not a perfect prospect, and he does have some flaws, right? I'd say one of his big flaws is his downfield accuracy, like you're going to see right here, right? It's good protection. There are some blitzing linebackers to come in, but at the end of the day, it's fairly good protection. It is, it's what you want to see if you're Malik Willis, right? Your offensive line's getting beat all game. They finally have a good pass protecting snap, right? Your guy's coming wide open. This is a little bit of anticipation, which I do like to see, right? His guy's not wide open yet, but you can kind of see that he's coming wide open. His left tackle is getting beat, but Malik Willis has plenty of room to step up into this throw, has plenty of room to put some air under this ball and let his wide receiver go track it. But he just misses the throw a little bit. Now, I don't know if he was expecting his wide receiver to drift outside a little bit. I don't know if it was just a miscommunication between him and the wide receiver. But from what I'm seeing, this is almost 100% on Malik Willis, right? I mean, he's got a clean pocket, right? This is about as clean of a pocket as you're going to get with Liberty's offensive line. And at the NFL level, I mean, this is a clean enough pocket to make an accurate throw down the field. Malik Willis, to me, on this play, seems like he rushes it a little bit. Seems like he has one more second, one more opportunity to kind of just step into the throw, kind of take a little bit off of it and kind of just, relax a little bit. It seems like he almost rushes into this throw, expecting his offensive line to get beat earlier. And, I mean, it's a little bit of an overthrow. And, yes, this is a throw that you absolutely have to hit in the NFL, right? Whether it be, I don't know the reason, right? Maybe the wide receiver just didn't run it like Malik Willis thought. But in my opinion, it really, really seemed like Malik Willis was expecting his offensive line to get beat. And at the end of the day, it seems like Malik Willis was almost rushing his throwing motion a little bit instead of stepping into it because he was expecting his line to get beat. And when they gave him time, it looks like a really bad throw.
not that this is taking anything away from the problem. This is something Malik Willis needs to hit in the NFL, and he will miss these throws on time to time, but it's not that he's incapable of doing it. As you can see here versus Middle Tennessee State, right, steps up in the pocket, delivers a much more difficult football, right? Delivers a really, really good throw. His offensive line did get beat, had more pressure in his face on that one, and delivered a perfect ball in tighter coverage. This is another one, kind of combining everything we've talked about so far, right? That escapability, his line gets beat, he gets outside the pocket, but instead of running this time, his eyes stay down the field, has amazing touch, and makes the perfect throw. This throw cannot be put anywhere else. If it's put anywhere inside, the safety's coming to get it. If it's underthrown even a little bit, the cornerback's coming to get it. This is the only spot where this ball can be placed, and Malik Willis puts it right on the money, on the run, on a far more difficult throw than what you saw versus that game in North Texas. So it's not that he can't do it. It's just that every once in a while, Malik Willis needs to just slow down, take that breath, and just trust his mechanics. And I think that's the biggest thing when talking about Malik Willis is his mechanics just need to get better. His technique, his footwork, his anticipation, all these things need to improve to make him a better quarterback and to utilize his tools effectively. But all of those things are incredibly coachable, right? Another example of this one right here, right? It's not that he doesn't have accuracy, right? This is a really good throw. Malik Willis gets outside the pocket. Malik Willis is looking, throws a really good ball on the run, a little bit low, but it's extremely catchable for his wide receiver, right? The offensive line gets beat immediately, is forced outside the pocket. Malik Willis, right, in this game was pressured a ton, was put under pressure all of the time. Another one right here, the right guard or the right tackle gets beat almost immediately. Willis is forced to roll out. He's looking. Instead of throwing it away, instead of trying to run, he sees his wide receiver at about the 40-yard line, and on the run, he makes a really good throw. Now, yes, this ball you could say should be a little higher, should be a little bit more in front of the wide receiver. You can nitpick this throw. You can nitpick any throw all day of the week and say this could have been better, right? His mechanics could have been better. This ball could have been placed an inch higher to give his wide receiver a better opportunity to catch the ball. At the end of the day, on a broken play like this, you can't really ask that much more out of Malik Willis, right? This is, at the end of the day, a great play and a great improvised throw by a great young quarterback. Another one right here. This shows his arm strength. This shows his ability to get the ball to his wide receivers, right? Malik Willis dropping back. He has a fairly good pocket, right? This blitzing linebacker's coming. He's a little bit in his face, and by the time he lets go, he's a little too close for what I would say is comfortable, right? Can't really follow through all that well because this guy's at his feet. But at the end of the day, this is a 50 to 60-yard throw in the air. These hashes in college are wider than the hashes in the NFL, meaning if he's put in the same situation in the NFL, it's an easier throw. It's a shorter distance throw to his wide receiver on the boundary, and he still makes it. He gets to his second read, right? He drops off. It's a play action, which they did a lot in college for Malik Willis because the line was so bad, right? Drops back, is looking at his first read. It's not there. Turns his head immediately, one step, throw it out. One more look at it. Malik Willis just, he plays this about as perfectly as you can, right? Play action. He's reading the guy in the middle. He's reading the guy at about the 40 right now. The second guy inside from the top of your screen. It's not there. One look, one step, rip it outside. He lets go of this ball at their 40. The ball, hits the wide receiver in the hands at the 45. It's 20 yards down the field, 15 yards down the field, but probably 40 to 50 yards sideways, laterally across the field. That's a difficult throw. That's a throw that Mahomes and Allen make. That's not a throw that Jalen Hurts can make. That's not a throw that Ben Roethlisberger can make. That's not a throw that, Tannehill can make or Goff can make. This is a elite throw by a quarterback with elite talents, right? It's just a phenomenally placed ball and gives his wide receiver an opportunity. I think that's exactly what you want out of your quarterback. You want somebody that can get the ball anywhere on the field at any point during the play, and that's what Malik Willis can bring you. Now, this play is on here to show you that Malik Willis does in fact read the field. I know there's a narrative going around that Malik Willis can't read the field. He can't diagnose defenses. He can't get to a second or third or fourth read, but that simply is not true. On this play alone, he got to his second read and got the ball out. Was it a little late?
Maybe, but he definitely had the arm strength to get it there and delivered a perfectly fine ball. This play, Malik Willis gets the handoff, is looking for his first read on the left, comes back to his second read on the right. It's not there, finds the tight end that leaked out of the backfield, dumps it down, gives his tight end an opportunity. The tight end picks up 5 yards on the play. Right, another opportunity from, a little bit of a wider angle. Malik Willis catches this ball. His first read is the guy at the top of the screen. It's not there. He comes back to the guy around the 50 at the bottom of your screen. He's not there. Malik Willis is looking. This linebacker covers it up around the M of Ole Miss. Nothing's there for him. So Malik Willis says, okay, number 0 is wide open. I'll give him the ball. He'll pick up 5 yards. He'll break a tackle. Well, continue to move in the right direction, right? I think this is the same play. Right, yep. First read, a second read, not there. Check down, not move the chains, but keep the offense on schedule. We're going to keep moving. All right, this is my favorite play from Malik Willis. This shows me exactly that he can get to not only a second read, but a third, a fourth read on the back side of the play, right? This play starts, he's looking over to the left side of the screen, comes back to the second read right here across the hash, goes to the third read, isn't there, gets all the way back to his fourth read with a guy in his face, falling away, and delivers a perfect ball, picks up the first down to his wide receiver. A little bit of a wider angle, right? Malik Willis catches this ball, wide receiver goes in motion. His first read, I believe, is the guy at the very bottom of the screen. It's not there. Second read is obviously the second guy in here. Maybe you can rip it in here, but it'd be a very, very tight window, and he's already a little bit moved off. The third read is this guy coming across the middle. Again, maybe you could make the argument that he could make this throw, but it's just going to be a much more difficult throw than it needs to be. So he sits, takes another step, gets to this fourth guy on the backside who's coming wide open. Guy in his face, can't step into the throw, makes a great pass, makes just a phenomenal throw right to the wide receiver's chest. Wide receiver picks up a first down, keeps going, and just, makes the play, right? This is what Malik Willis can do. The narrative that he can't make reads is completely overblown. And although I won't say he does it enough, I think he definitely needs to develop the consistency when doing that. This is a player that can make reads. This is a smart kid, and this is somebody that is going to learn and grow and get better. Now, this, I believe, is the last play from the Ole Miss game, right? This is the one thing that I really, really don't like about Malik Willis. His anticipation simply is not there, right? This is a play where Malik Willis has the opportunity to run or throw, and I don't want to see that extra hitch. That extra hitch just wastes time, it wastes momentum, and I think it affects his throw accuracy as well, right? The ball should come out right here. That extra hitch is not necessary. He should not have to take that extra hitch. He should just get the football out immediately. Yes, the wide receiver's open. Yes, the wide receiver catches it. But at the end of the day, you need to get that football out. Now, this last drive is what I want to really look at quickly. Malik Willis, right, rolling to his left, offensive line gets beat, just falling away, delivers a really nice football, delivers a very clean throw to his wide receiver, gives his wide receiver the opportunity to stay on his feet. He doesn't quite do that, but, another broadcast angle of it, right? Falling away, falling off to his right. Perfect throw right to the wide receiver's chest, picks up the first down, moves the chains, and I gotta have it down, and I have to have it drive. This is what Malik Willis does. Malik Willis trusts his athleticism, trusts his ability, and gets the football where it needs to be. One more play, right? Rolling to his right. Last second, gets it off, falling away. Perfect ball. Right, couple plays later, Malik Willis, immediate pressure from the defense, right? His offensive line gets beat again. Malik Willis rolls out, makes a play, and while the defense is focused on him, this running back in the middle of the field breaks wide open and picks up a huge chunk play for the Liberty offense, right? This is what Malik Willis does. Malik Willis draws in the defense, right? 4, 5, 6 guys are on him, right? They all commit. Malik Willis says, you're all coming to me. I'm going to find number 2 over the middle. He's going to go pick up, 20 yards on the play. 2 plays later, Malik Willis' offensive line. Guess what happens? Gets beat yet again. Malik Willis breaks a tackle and flips this ball backhanded 20 yards downfield to a wide open running back. This is not a play that everybody can make, right? I'd say Mahomes and Allen can make this play. Maybe Aaron Rodgers, but I don't think Rodgers breaks this tackle. Rodgers is not this elusive or strong. 2 players, maybe 3 players, if you want to count Lamar Jackson on his best day, makes this play,
right? And then the last play of the game, not the last play of the game, but the last, big drive, it's a blitz zero. Malik Willis stays patient on an easy screen pass that the Lions ran numerous times a season ago, right? Gets the offensive line out in front, shows a little patience, shows a little touch, doesn't rip this ball, just a nice little touch pass right to his running back, and his running back is gone for the touchdown, right? 3 offensive linemen out there, 65 doesn't even have to do anything. 65 just walks in with his running back and celebrates. This is the kind of stuff that Malik Willis does. These are the kind of plays that Malik Willis can make, and this is why he's in contention for the number 2 overall pick.
Now, to be clear, this video was not to make you or to convince you Malik Willis should or will be the 2nd overall pick, but with him certainly being in play with that 2nd overall selection in the 2022 NFL Draft, you have to look at him and at least look at what he could potentially bring to the offense and see what the Lions may be looking at when looking for their future franchise quarterback. So with all of that being said, that is all for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think about this video down in the comments below. Did you like the new style of video? Did you like the extra clips? Did you like the actual film analysis? If you did, I think I can do a little bit more of it. I think I found a way to get past it without getting in trouble, but if that does work, then I will continue to do it if you guys enjoyed, but if not, let me know and we can go back to the original style of video. But with all that being said, that is all for you guys today. Thank you all so very much for watching. Leave down in the comments below, what are your thoughts on Malik Willis? Would you be comfortable with taking him at 2? Would you want to take him at 2? Or if he's not taking it 2, what range would Malik Willis need to fall in order for you to be comfortable selecting him with a priority pick? I'd be very curious what you guys think, but with all that being said, that is all for you guys today. Thank you all so very much for watching, and until next time, and as always, go Lions!